in the history of the sport, 300 wins and only 7 losses. Terence Bud Crawford, one of the pound-for-pound best in the world, fighting out of Nebraska, USA, one of the greatest of all time.
As soon as the bell goes, don't blink. That fight could be over.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Zelandi in Kazakhstan, introducing a unified middleweight champion of the world, known as Kazakh style, Janibek Alimkhanuly. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is the acclaimed 3-division world champion and 2-division undisputed champion of the world, Terence Bud Crawford.
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
Words are cheap. It's the action that says it all. We'll find out when the first bell goes.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one.
Good luck.
These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. Nice exchange here from both men. Defense is not an option for these two. It's all offense all the time. Nice counter punch right up the middle. There's a counter shot. I know boxing fans around the world feel like Christmas morning with these two finally in the ring.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter, because the expectation from the thousands of the people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything, can break a man or make a man.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Unlucky to miss with that jab. Beautiful counter shot. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Missing with the hook. That hook just can't find the target. Nice counter shot. When are we going to see a jab from these two? How about that time counter shot? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Janibek in that last round. I promise you, all 3 judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
You will win this round. Get your work.
And there's the bell to start round 2. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Couldn't land that jab. Good counter punching. That uppercut does not score. Nice counter shot. Catch and shoot. Both of these fighters have the conditioning to go the distance, no problem. They also have the power to end this with one punch. He misses with that jab. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Do you believe this? Well, Johnny, it's still early on, but what do you think about what we're seeing so far?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
That jab misses. Punch, counter punch. And he misses with that straight left. Right hook catching air. Those counter punches have to hurt. The perfect counter lands. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Janibek that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Okay, now you let him back into the fight that round. That's his round. You've done all right hands beautiful.
On to the third. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
And he scores with the counter. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Misses with the straight left. And that hook misses. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Can they figure out the combination to this save?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of defense here at all. He threw a punch and just got countered. Perfect counter shot. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. That counter shot lands. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Nope, that jab not going to score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Janibek in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter and the corner.
What was that?
Here we go to the fourth round. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They exchange punches. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
This is a high-octane battle. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Beautiful counter punch. A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
Nice counter. Good counter punch. He blocks that jab. They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Fight has a real good flow to it. Crawford in trouble. Let's talk about Janibek that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Back on the job.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
That counter punch caught him clean. Well done with that counter shot. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Nice counter punch. And he misses with that jab. At some point, the corner has to say you're done. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Through the straight left, but it won't score. They exchange punches. Nice counter. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Janibek in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
Dominance, without a doubt. Made look.
Okay, you let him back in.
There's the bell to start round 6. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
He threw the hook, didn't land. Good counter punch. Nice counter shot. They exchange punches. And he scores with the counter. It's all offense all the time. A perfect counter shot. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
The straight right just misses. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Crawford is dazed. Looks like trouble was averted.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Misses with the straight left. That left hook missed. Good counter punch. They got out of the way of that right hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Janibek that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen this.
I love that. I love that.
And there's the bell for round 7. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? A perfect counter lands. Missed him with that uppercut. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer. They are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
And he scores with the counter. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Misses with the straight left. Nice counter punch right up the middle. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Throws the jab, but does not score. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You'd like to see more jabs. Just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Catch and shoot. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk talk about Janibek in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Switched off completely. Get your mind back. He goes 1-2 straight down the middle. You can't miss him. Right.
There's the bell to start round 8. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
You have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed. It's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
His stamina is off the charts. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Straight right just misses. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Just missed with that jab. Nice counter. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Nice job blocking the hook. Beautiful counter shot. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Janibek that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as a fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a fight.
What are you doing?
There's the bell to start round 9. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
He misses with that straight left. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Missing with that jab. They miss with the jab. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Beautiful counter shot. Swing and a miss with the right hook. A perfect counter shot. Good job stopping that uppercut. That counter shot lands. The stamina is off the charts. He threw a punch and just got countered. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Janibek in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Big deep breaths. Big deep breaths. Not loading up, but you're still letting your power shot. Good work.
This is the 10th. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
Hook misses. Holding nothing back here in the round. And he scores with the counter. The straight right just misses. Do you believe this? Bud Crawford just got knocked down. I don't know. I got to take another look at that.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Halfway through the round, and they've got some work to do to get back into it.
It's that forever hope. Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Good counter punching. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
Work the body.
Oh my God, Johnny! Crawford's legs are all over the place. How did they survive that?
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Looks like he's going to survive the round here. but just barely. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
Can make or break a fighter.
Right hand, beautiful, beautiful. That's it. Scott, what are you doing? You've completely switched off. Get your mind back. You stay focused now. Don't let him back into the fight.
Let's start 11. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he does that, I'll be very, very surprised.
Terence Crawford just got rocked. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What are they going to do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Those counter punches have to hurt. How about that time counter shot? Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Those counter punches have to hurt. A lot of effort being exerted here. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent right there, Crawford may be ready to go down. That was the moment.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That counter shot lands. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Nice counter. Crawford is dazed. Let's talk about Janibek that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
There's a lot on the line here.
You can't miss him. Listen, you've switched up. What do you do? Don't worry about that round. Kid, great round. Don't be looking at the one shot round. It was a bad round, but we don't care. Go out there and win the next one.
On to the 12th. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
And they're down just when you thought it couldn't get any worse. We wondered how good his chin was.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You still want to fight.
They got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
counter punches have to hurt. Misses with the straight left. Crawford in trouble. And down goes Crawford. What a knockout headshot. Let's watch it again. And they knew it when they threw it.
I've got to see that again.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, you're out.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
Well, there's no argument right there. You say it. Night-night.